What's going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today when I talk to you about Faraday Future, they did submit some forms to the SEC. I want to break it down on what they truly are saying and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So Faraday is up 4%, $1.20 the low, $1.33 the high. And so they did put out news. And so that news right here was Faraday Future to empower strategic growth through key proposals at next extraordinary general meeting. So ultimately, this non-annual meeting, it is a kind of a one-off type of scenario. And they did also submit some SEC filings. So one S1, preliminary, and also a definitive 14A. And so let's go right into it. So starting off with this right here. So the preliminary, it does show that they are adding roughly around 25 million shares. This is, to be clear, not new dilution. This is linked to the note from December. And so that 30 million from the UAE. So that's ultimately what this is for. So they're just registering shares. But the fact that they are registering shares goes to show that A, their outstanding share count is pretty much tapped out. B, they are issuing more shares than what was previously sought. So I think initially that 30 million was going to equate to roughly around 77-ish million shares. So adding another 25, it's looking as though that 30 million actual SPA that came out is going to equate to roughly 100 million shares. And potentially if Faraday does go down a little bit more, then of course that could go up. But all in all, I think this is a very good example of how damaging a lot of those notes are. And I think at the same time, just people cannot fathom how damaging they are. I know I say that all the time and people just say, oh yeah, okay, sure. But the problem with Faraday and a lot of other stocks that is primarily held by retail, they are very emotionally driven. And I've been 100% on point with Faraday, exactly where it's been going. I've been covering it on and off for roughly 2 years, calling the reverse stock splits well before they're even announced, before they're even done. So I think the writing is on the wall that they're going to be doing another reverse stock split. So at the same time, they did submit a preliminary 14A. So this is going to be that meeting, shareholder meeting, that's going to be on March the 7th. So as of January 28th, so you had to have been a holder as of then. So if you're just buying Faraday now, regrettably, you cannot vote for these four proposals. But ultimately, it's kind of linked with that S1. So it looks like they want to raise the authorized share count from 104 to 129 million. So that is to encumber this. So nothing really crazy. Like I said, it's kind of the writing on the wall. But at the same time, it does really insinuate that the authorized share count is tapped out. And every single time they have done a reverse stock split, they've raised the authorized share count. So it's very damaging, extremely damaging. In fact, the other proposals is nothing really crazy. They have recently had some difficulty actually with 2 different accounting firms. So it looks like they want to bring in this one right here. But at the same time, it looks like they want to prove in accordance with NASDAQ rule 5635D, the issuance of common stock to holders of certain convertible notes and warrants. So one thing that I've really been bothered by Faraday of how all this went down is in 2023, they actually said that they acknowledged the fact that these notes are extremely damaging, but they are going to be moving towards doing other options. They've done nothing but notes since then. So I don't know. This has been one crazy roller coaster of a ride, but surprisingly, I am surprised by this, that there is no reverse stock split proposal in here. But if we kind of pop over to the actual news that they put out, and they did a post as well. So if we click on this, this is where they say, addressing concerns and stock stability, the company is paying the highest attention and priority in remaining compliant with the NASDAQ continued listing requirements or standards, including the minimum bid price rule. As long as the company's stock price remains above $1, there will be no need to or for further measures with respect to the minimum bid price rule. A reverse stock split will only be last resort. So I think that is what a lot of retail investors, and if you go on Reddit, it's just a lot of people not knowing what they're doing. So I'm sure they're focusing on this, but hey, companies not doing a reverse stock split, hallelujah. That is literally what they are going to be saying on there. I haven't checked it yet, but I'm pretty sure that's what people are going to be focusing on. But like I've stated, I think the writing's on the wall. People are going to be reading between the lines and realizing that is coming next, which would prompt another meeting, as well as most likely like raising the authorized share count. So it is just a very interesting and damning scenario. And honestly, I really wish Faraday would just go up and prove me wrong. I wish it would just go to the moon and all the other fun jazz and everyone would make tons of money. But I think it's just, it is what it is. This is the writing on the wall. Management led the company down a very bad path. And honestly, the fact that I don't know, it's like I've stated many times in the past, even when it like was at like $6, even higher than that, I stated, hey, this is all fun, all exciting stuff, but even if you get in now, you're going to lose 95% or more of your money. Your equity is going to be gone because they're going to be doing another reverse stock split. I still feel in Q1, as I've stated, I've been saying this pretty much since mid last year. And yeah, it's a very bad scenario. But like I said, I hope I'm wrong and all the fun jazz. It does indicate 41.85% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 18.31 million shares overall are being shorted. Shorts are returning 73,000 shares, but as I've stated in the past, this right here, this 41% is directly correlated with the outstanding share count. So if the company is diluting behind the scenes, and the fact that they have to raise this, the authorized share count, is a clear sign that there is dilution occurring, then that number right here is going to be very, very wrong. So let me know your viewpoint on Faraday. Like I said, I'm not here to give you, to BS you, to hype you up, to bring you down. I'm just laying the facts. So yeah, so you have this S1 right here, proposals, and most likely there will probably be another one amendment to this, either adding that reverse stock split proposal or just another meeting if it does occur after March the 7th. So all in all, I think this as well is kind of funny. So after the reverse stock split, I've been stating that they're going to be doing another reverse stock split Q1. I got so much hate and people saying, hey, they cannot do a reverse stock split. They like, it's laid out that they can't. Again, a lot of retail investors just cannot read actual acts, policies, rulings like this. The company is even acknowledging that they can do another reverse stock split. So yeah, I don't know. Let me know your viewpoint on this. Are you buying? Are you selling? What's your general thoughts on this? So sorry to be the bearer of bad news, ladies and gentlemen. But one final thing I do want to share with you, though, I did launch a Discord completely free. So pop over there and take a look. A lot of good people, a lot of good chat. Link in the description below and also the comments with all that. Appreciate all of you watching.